Looking for a great non-alcoholic beer?
Yeah.
Try Athletic Brewing Co.
One that actually
tastes great? It's athletic.
Or that has a
variety of styles? It's athletic.
Or
that's award-winning and seemingly everywhere? It's athletic. Just ask for it.
Okay. Can I get an athletic?
Sure can. The rest of you, go to askforathletic.com and find the #1 non-alcoholic beer brand in the U.S. at a retailer today. Near beer.
A common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And we are back here on Katz and Cosby. By the way, coming up in a few minutes before we get to Mark Meadows, we are going to be talking afterwards just after the break with former Governor Andrew Cuomo and also Bill O'Reilly, both of them to get their reaction on this huge news of President Biden pardoning his son and also some of these new developments that have just come in. Well, joining us now, he was chief of staff there at the White House for President Trump in his first term and also former Congressman Mark Meadows. Mark, it's great to talk to you. We haven't talked to you in a while. Your reaction, first of all, to this Hunter Biden news that President Biden has pardoned his son and blames it on lawfare, says he's being politically persecuted because his last name's Biden.
Well, obviously, this doesn't come as a surprise to your listeners, nor to you, Rita, nor to me, because a lot of us knew that from day one that Joe Biden was going to pardon his son, and yet to see how they're trying to spin this as lawfare, is the epitome of hypocrisy. And yet, what we do know is that at the end of the day, the people that are going to object the most to this are not necessarily the Republicans. It's the Democrats that are losing their mind right now because they're seeing their political narrative fall apart on the eve of actually President Donald Trump being sworn in as the 47th president of the United States.
Peter King.
Hey, Mark, it's good to talk to you again. It's Pete King from New York, you North Carolina guy. First of all, it was great serving with you. Thank you for all the great work you did for the country. How are things going right now? And you must feel really gratified to see President Trump's victory. It's really a rejection of all the things that you and the president had to put up with.
Well, Pete, it's great to talk to you again, and the people of New York were really well served when you were a member of Congress. You and I represented very different areas, but you and I also were able to fight very tenaciously for the people we represented. And so the people of New York can be remember the good old days when Pete King was their member of Congress.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes, it is gratifying. It's very gratifying. I mean, not only were we following the results on November 5th and 6th, but we were also looking at what message they were sending. And what they sent, Pete, is across the country from coast to coast, from Maine to Florida and from New York to California, is that times were better under Donald Trump and that they will be good again. And specifically, one of the things that you and I have talked about that the president's going to address is tax relief, and that may come in the form of a SALT cap and some repeal of that, as the president has made promises on the campaign trail.
Now, he saved the world. He saved the free world. I've been saying that over and over again, that President Trump has saved the free world because the free world wasn't free. How do we unlock and save our inner cities? What do we do next?
It's the start of that, John. I can tell you that what really has to happen is they have to understand that government's not the answer, that ultimately those individual freedoms and the ability to unlock those freedoms and let people prosper is what it's all about. And so President Trump has been taking that message to cities across the country, many of them controlled by Democrat city councils and Democrat mayors. And yet all of a sudden, some of the people in these cities are saying, well, I've been sold a bill of goods. Things are not that good. And yet what I do see happening is both in the financial side of things and also in the business side of things that they will unleash the free markets in a way that you've never seen. We will see prosperity again. And the president is, listen, he is so far ahead of the game than he was in 2016. If you'll recall, he didn't name a Secretary of Ag really until I think the day before inauguration, if I recall correctly. He's going to have his full cabinet. They're going to be in a full court press to get these folks confirmed, and he's done a great job with the nominees so far.
Also, Mark, a lot of the people he used or he picked in 2017, 2016, they were recommended to him by establishment. And the fact is now he knows who to pick, who not to pick, and he's doing it all on his own. That's why I think Kash Patel is a great pick, by the way.
I think Kash is a great pick, Peter, and here's the interesting thing is the dynamics have completely shifted in 8 years. Donald Trump came in 2016 and 17 as a business guy, knew nothing about politics. You and I had more political savvy than he had experienced, other than the fact that he wrote checks and donated to people. Now what happens is 8 years later, it's completely turned. Not only is he more sophisticated in that, but he has the power and the mandate from the American people, Peter. And I think Kash Patel, listen, I had the benefit of having Kash Patel actually work for me and with me. I've seen him in the House. I've seen him actually working as Chief of Staff for acting Secretary of Defense at DOD. And not only is he responsive, but people have a belief of who Kash is based on maybe a media hit or a YouTube hit. He, as you point out, is the real deal and will be able to manage the FBI in a very effective way.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking for that big change, and you know him well. Mark Meadows, it is so great to have you here. You got to come back on again soon. We miss you.
Great to be with you guys. Take care.
Thank you, Mark. Great talking to you, and keep hanging
you,
strong.
Mark.
You're great.
Yeah, you're terrific, Mark. Thank you very, very much. Former Chief of Staff there for President Trump.
Take advantage of the exclusive holiday offer at Panorama Optical. Enjoy 15% off prescription glasses. And with every $500 spent on glasses, receive a complimentary pair of frames. Absolutely free. Don't miss this limited time deal running until January 1st, 2025. For eyeglasses, contact lenses, and to put your life in focus. Visit 241 Broadway in Lynbrook, New York, or call Panorama Optical at 516-341-0297 to schedule your appointment today. 516-341-0297.